my framework for generally like games is I have like 4 ways that I think of games, or like how I design games. So my game is either going to be around a type of connection, right? And then within that I'm either maintaining that connection. So let's talk about a front headlock. I'm either maintaining a front headlock, and that's the game, okay? I'm either getting to a front headlock, and that's the game. So it's around that same connection. I'm either using that front headlock to finish. If this is a submission, it's a finish, okay? Or I'm going to build a game around using that front headlock to improve or like upgrade the scenario. Get behind them or turn them over or something like that. And you can think of that with a lot of things. You can think of that with a straight foot lock. I'm going to play a straight foot lock. We're both on our butt. I can play a game around maintaining it. I can play a game on finishing it. I can play a game on entering into it. Or I can play a game on upgrading from there. Maybe that's taking the top position, taking the back position, or something like that. So that's one framework all around a connection, okay? Second sort of like general framework I have is around like a condition, okay? Which is either creating a condition or maintaining a condition. A good example of this would be something like I'm playing a passing game, keeping the feet pointing away from me as often as possible. We can either start with the feet pointing away from me and I'm here, maybe I'm standing at the shoulder line and have the feet away, and the whole game is as often as possible, keep this condition to be true. Feet are pointing away from me. I can make it about creating that condition. Another thing could be like, no matter what, always be splitting your partner's legs with your knees as a passer against a supine player. That could be me in a split squat. That could be me in a headquarters. That could be me in a side smash, right? Splitting it from the outside. Just always trying to have this condition of my knees splitting their 2 legs. We could also play the opposite where, hey, as often as possible, have their 2 knees touching, right? So I have conditions as an idea, right? Stay past the legs, chest to chest, as long as possible. Maintain that condition, right? Third sort of thing is I have games where my whole emphasis is on precursors. So I know that, okay, sweeping from like a butterfly seated guard, awesome thing I want to have happen. I might just focus on a precursor that I know will help someone be effective in that game, creating posting. So if I can be making people post, I know that's probably going to be a key thing that they need to be effective from there. Similarly, if I'm passing butterfly guard and I'm kneeling, I know that me being able to create posting in the seated player is a big key of my success because now I can get access to the hip, right? It could be just the precursors to things, you know? Like, so I have games where I'm really focused on precursors. I really think of that as like the first action, the first positive action that I need to create, right? Then my fourth sort of category of games that I think of is regressions, where I start as proximate to like a finishing thing and then I go back. That could mean, so, and this I usually use when I have something that I know is just such a stable, good movement solution that I want them to have. So a knee cut. So I might start you already, only your ankle is remaining in the guard, underhook, head position, you're there. We're just focusing on freeing your ankle. Then let's regress to now, leg position is awesome, but I have no upper body control. Now we'll go back to where there's a knee shield in front of me, but we're still, like, you know, like a regression. Same thing with an arm bar. I might create games where first game is locked hands, second game is I'm kneeling by their head, stepping them over body. I just have to cover the head with my leg to win. Third game could be something where they start both arms in extension overhead. I just have to get my hips perpendicular to their shoulders. Fourth game could be they start with their hands in good positions. I'm just trying to get their arms over their head. So I'm playing a regression to help me identify the skills and things that I would want to make a game around. That's sort of like my 4 ways I think of it. So it's like a connection, a condition, a precursor, right? Or a regression. When a regression is when I'm really looking at something that I know just is awesome. Usually regressions tend to be centered around, for me, submissions oftentimes, or passing scenarios or sweeping scenarios where there's low variability. For example, chest to chest in the half guard with a cross-face underhook or double underhooks. There's not a lot of ways you're going to pass the guard. Your knee will go across to a mount, or it'll come out this way. How am I going to free that? I'll use my free leg. I might just shake that shiz out, you know, like there's not a lot that is going to happen there. So a regression makes sense in those scenarios, right? But that's like how I think of just design in general when it comes to that.